Hey there. Have you ever been standing in front of your class, looked out at your students, and just wondered, how can I make a bigger difference? A difference that goes beyond these four walls. Well, if that sounds like you, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to map out that entire journey from being an amazing teacher to becoming an inspiring school administrator.
Okay, so let's get into it. We've broken this whole path down into 5 really clear stages. We're going to start with that first feeling, that call to lead, and take you all the way through to what it's really like in your first few days on the job. Let's go.
So, first things first, what is that initial pull towards leadership anyway? It's really about a huge shift in perspective, right? It's about wanting to move from shaping individual students to shaping the entire environment where everyone learns and grows. I mean, this is the real question, isn't it? This isn't just about getting a promotion or a new title. It's about looking at the bigger picture and feeling that pull, that need to step up and actually help steer the direction of your entire school community. And this slide really breaks it down beautifully. As a teacher, your impact is so direct, so personal, and incredibly powerful. But as an administrator, you kind of have to zoom out. Your job becomes creating a system, a culture where every teacher can do their best work and every student can succeed. Think of it like this. You go from nurturing individual plants to tending the entire garden. All right, so you feel that pull. What's next? Well, every great building needs a solid foundation. And in education leadership, that foundation is built with very specific degrees and, just as importantly, real-world, hands-on experience. You know, there's a reason this path is so clearly laid out. It all starts with your bachelor's degree and that teaching certification. That's your ticket into the classroom. Then, and this is key, you get that vital hands-on experience before you even think about a master's in administration. That order is so crucial because it means you're learning about things like school law and budgets with a real understanding of what teachers and students actually face every single day. There really are no shortcuts here. And let's just double down on step 3 for a second. Those years you spend in the classroom, they're absolutely non-negotiable. This is where you earn your stripes. It's where you build credibility with the very people you're going to lead one day. It's where you learn the heart and soul of a school, and that empathy, that's the bedrock of any great leader. So, the foundation is poured. Now it's time to start building upwards. This next phase is all about showing your leadership skills way before you ever have an office with principal on the door. This is so important to understand. The strongest candidates for any admin job are the ones who are already leading from right where they are. They're the teachers who are always raising their hand, taking on a little extra, and actively looking for ways to make the whole school better, not just their own classroom. And check this out. This timeline gives you a great idea of what that could look like. You can see how you'd strategically build that leadership muscle over time. Maybe you start by mentoring a new teacher, then you step up to lead a committee, and a few years later, boom, you're the department head. Each step proves you're ready for the next one. So you're probably asking, how do I actually do that? Easy. You volunteer. You put your hand up to lead that curriculum committee. You offer to run a PD workshop for your colleagues. You coordinate the school science fair. See, these aren't just extra things to do. They are your auditions for leadership. They show everyone you've got the skills to organize, communicate, and bring people together. Okay, you've done the work, you've built the experience, you've got the degree. Now it's time for the final push, turning all that amazing prep into a killer application and a knockout interview. Now, when you're writing your resume, you have to start speaking the language of an administrator. That means using phrases like instructional leadership or data-driven decision-making. You need to frame all that great classroom and committee experience using these big picture concepts. It shows the hiring committee that you don't just think like a teacher anymore, you think like a leader. And this is the absolute truth. Your resume, your portfolio, that stuff gets you in the door. But the interview, that's where you win the job. It's your big chance to connect all the dots for them, to explain not just what you did, but why you did it and how all of that prepares you to lead their school into the future. Which brings us to what might be the most important interview question of all. You have got to be ready to explain your personal leadership philosophy. What do you believe in? Are you all about collaboration? Are you a servant leader who focuses on empowering your staff? Do you have an unshakable focus on equity? Knowing your why is absolutely everything. So, congratulations, you got the job.
But guess what? The journey isn't over. In a lot of ways, it's just beginning. Let's take a quick, honest look at what life is really like on the other side. Yeah, a typical day is a whirlwind. No other way to put it. Your morning might be all about putting out fires, student discipline, tough parent phone calls, just checking in on staff. And then your afternoon could completely shift gears into formal teacher observations, budget meetings, and a mountain of district paperwork. It is a constant juggling act for sure. And that really is the core of the job right there. You are the center point, the nexus, constantly trying to balance the needs of people, your students, your staff, your parents, with the strict rules of policy and the best practices of pedagogy. It is complex, it's messy, and it's incredibly challenging work.
And that really leads us to the final question, the one you have to ask yourself. The path is long and the job is hard. There's no doubt about it. But if you have that clear vision, a vision for the kind of school you could build, the community you could create, and the students you could lift up, then every single step of this crazy, challenging journey will be absolutely 100% worth it.